And if you watch Joe Rogan's interview with a CIA guy, he said that our technology is held back 100 years based off what they already have in inventory and what's allowed to be released to the public.
Have you? Okay, speaking of Joe Rogan, did you see where they said they now have the technology to where you can dream and communicate through the dream?
Yeah.
What do you think that is? And do you think we're getting closer to playing God completely?
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just ain't real. Real life street stars. You know what time it is.
When we get done with this, I'll show you footage of things that look like the biblical description of angels.
Yeah.
The truth is stranger than fiction.
For sure.
You feel me? The truth is, once the government came out and said that they have off-world craft, you can look this up.
Mm-hmm.
They said that UFOs do exist. Off-world craft, we have them in our possession. What does that mean? We went from the Model T Ford to Bugattis in less than 100 years. We got fiber optics from these vehicles. Mm-hmm. A lot of the stuff that we have is from this. And if you watch Joe Rogan's interview with a CIA guy, he said that our technology is held back 100 years based off what they already have in inventory and what's allowed to be released to the public.
Have you? Okay, speaking of Joe Rogan, did you see where they said they now have the technology to where you can dream and communicate through the dream?
Yes.
What do you think that is? And do you think we're getting closer to playing God completely?
Say it again.
What do you think that is, right? And do you think we're getting closer to where they're going to just be playing God completely?
Well, have you seen the movie Inception?
Yeah.
Same shit.
Yeah, but it's crazy that it's...
But here's the thing, and this is what they say when you see movies, right? When we watch these movies, you're not seeing things that already, you're not seeing things, ideas
Somebody coming in?
No, we're
Pardon me.
No. We're not seeing things that any ideas are anybody's imagination. These are actual events that have taken place and been documented, and people have access to them, and they use them for our entertainment.
Okay. Are you familiar with the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
I think I saw
by Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
In the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind, a creature is shown, an event is shown.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's a man by the name of Dr. Stephen Greer. Dr. Stephen Greer has debriefed government officials about his experiences with non-human intelligences. When certain people he debriefed saw the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind, they all looked around and said, somebody knows what's going on here. How can he put this film together and this film matches the same descriptions from reports that came in the 50s? Furthermore, there's a man by the name of Jaime Maussan from Mexico, who is a decorated journalist. And I want y'all to pull this up.
Yeah, I'm looking up.
Pull up the creature from Close Encounters.
Okay.
And then type in tridactyl. I'll text you the spelling fast. It's going down right now.
Shout out to this articulate, well-read man, that well-read black man that we have on the couch. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Thank you. Jaime Maussan is a journalist and investigator.
Yeah.
All right, so you see that?
Yeah.
Now type in the word, you see that?
Yeah.
Now type in tridactyl. I just sent the word to fast.
We need to have the hood nigga spelling bee. Tridactyl.
I'm gonna spell it B champion.
T-R. That nigga be in there, yeah, bitch, I got your tridactyl. Yeah.
Spelling bee champion, man.
What's the biggest word?
Type in tridactyl alien.
Tridactyl alien.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna just send you a Patreon link from my Patreon. Find me on Patreon, Homie.CC. Big Homie CC.
Oh, so you get into this shit like this? I'm locked in if that's what we on.
Yeah, so you know,
we on
I
this.
didn't blew up in the UFO community because some of the information that I put out, and then
Do people notice about you?
You know, I kept all this a secret.
Are you going? Is this going to be on part of your podcast? This type of shit I want to start.
Yeah.
That's
sure.
hard. Yeah.
I'm looking for some people to do this podcast with.
That's fly.
All right, so I'm about to send you gentlemen a link right now. Now, the creature in the movie, and what I'm about to send you right now, fast. I'm gonna send it to y'all on Instagram right now. OD and Jeff.
So for those, you know, what are we explaining right now?
So what I'm about to explain is, because Fast had mentioned the correlation between movies and real life. And I'm showing y'all a direct connection to what Fast just said to confirm his point that he feels like what people show at movies is like part of the truth.
Good.
All right, OD, you got that on Instagram?
Good.
Jeff, you get it? Instagram.
I just got it. Yep.
So the link I sent you is a presentation made by several PhDs and university scientists that have confirmed that these bodies that they found in Peru match the same description for the creature in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. They verified that these were living beings on the planet. They have part reptilian DNA, part human DNA, and part other DNA that's not in the biological tree. This has been fact. It is proven facts.
Man, there's a lot to touch on in that. That's immense.
We're not alone, but we're not the only species.
For sure.
And that right there, what I just sent you,
Proves that.
scientific proof.
But if you say part reptile, then are you saying that humans mated with reptiles to create this? Or are you saying that it's just from, like Dion is asking, is this from a different planet?
Right, so here's the thing, right? When it comes to DNA.
Or is it from under the ocean?
Oh, there you go.
Right, so here's the thing, right? When it comes to DNA, us as humans, we share 98% of the same DNA with chimpanzees. But we're not chimpanzees. And if we evolved from chimpanzees, there would be no more chimpanzees.
Right, there would be no more.
See what I'm saying? And then like some of the DNA in a banana is some of the same DNA we got in our body. You feel me? So like when it comes to like the human genome and other species genome and the biology of it, you know, you think it's a coincidence that we share so much the same DNA? It's not a coincidence. So like this whole presidential election right now is because billionaires Roe found out that this technology exists, and the Democrats passed off the contracts to work with this technology to their friends in Raytheon and Lockheed Martin and stuff like that. You feel me? Now, the Republicans want to get their hands on it because they're going to monetize this. You see what I'm saying? They're going to monetize this. They're not worried about China and Russia having this type of technology because they researching it too. But the thing with the Republicans is they're going to bomb your ass. Period.
So how close are we to a StarNet?
A StarNet?
Like AI intelligence? How do you think this shit gonna end? Is a meteor gonna hit it? Is it gonna be the aliens? Right. Is it gonna be the robots? Is it gonna be the zombies?
Like a meteor is not gonna do it because take a sip on this.
Mm-hmm. He said a meteor is not gonna do it.
Dr. Gary Nolan
Damn, this nigga just
said that they have evidence that there are multiple factions of non-human intelligences and they all don't get along with each other. Right?
Right.
Declassified footage called the Mosul Orb from satellite and drone footage from in war zones. They see these silver spheres on camera. It's been documented that these spheres go into outer space and change the trajectory of asteroids.
Oh, wow.
There's a gentleman by the name of Patrick Jackson. Patrick Jackson has an entire expose and presentation on his study of these silver spheres. And they always say they originate from out of the water. There is a global global defense system powered by some form of AI that is preserving the planet. Point blank, period.
So you don't ever think this bitch gonna get hit with no solar flare or nothing like that?
Well, in the Obama administration, they passed a bill to prepare cities and states for a potential solar flare, for sure.
That's wild.
Solar flares do exist.
For sure.
And
That's gonna be it.
no, here's the thing. Like, people always say, like, the end of the world, but we still here. The planet's been here for millions of years.
Yeah. I don't think we'll see it. I'm just.
And then, you know, like, if you just look at history, like, after every cataclysm, writing starts to pop up.
Right.
After every cataclysm, Ice Age, previously before that, you know, every flood, every religion have a flood story. Writing continues to pop up. You feel me? Like, to me, the end of the world is our sun going supernova and frying us. Until that happens, the Earth not going nowhere, bro. Like, there's somebody who is monitoring and preserving the Earth, bro. There's a different species that's. I don't even really believe that everybody is a flesh and blood human being, because it's been documented that the U.S. government ran studies to make sure everybody that was in government was a flesh and blood human. Robert Bigelow has a company called Bigelow Aerospace, and he's a tech billionaire. His company did studies. He said out of his mouth that they walk among us.
Man. Yeah, I mean, this is too much knowledge.
Let me ask you, I just got to ask, before you, man, what are some of the things that you tap in, read, for you to acquire some of this knowledge that you get? You know, for those people out there that want to know more about these type of things.
Some of the things I read?
Yeah, some of the things, because obviously you're well read, right? I mean, these are things that you're reeling out information that people don't probably readily know. You putting people on game. So I'm trying to, for those who want to get put on game, what are some of the things that you tapped in, documentaries or whatever it is that you listen to, look at, for you to get put on some of this game?
Okay, so there's a book called Dominion by a gentleman named Whitley Strieber. There's a book called Imminent by Luis Elizondo. There's a presentation by an ex-CIA agent called John Ramirez. He has a presentation on YouTube. And then there's a gentleman named John D'Souza, who's a retired FBI agent who pretty much ran the X-Files program for the FBI. You know, I've been researching this since I was a child. You know, I didn't put in my 10,000 hours on this. You feel me? Right?
Man, it's just crazy, man. What made you even be interested in these type of, because, you know, this is not, you know, it's very taboo, the information.
Right.
You know, What made you just take an interest in it? Being from a Chicago,
As a black man,
as a black young nigga from the streets.
So I was blessed to have a real mother, a good mama. You feel me? And my mom was a school teacher. I had showed signs as a kid of like having like violent tendencies. So she would keep me occupied, right? But I had an experience as a kid where I seen something flying in the sky. And, you know, if you study aviation, you know, the Wright brothers, you know, they took a certain path to get their plane to fly. And then if you study aerospace, I was a physics major at first when I went to college. So if you study aerospace, you know, in order to get a rocket to go into the air, you need thousands of pounds of jet fuel and a very powerful motor, right? Engine. Mm-hmm. I seen something that was flying without any of that. That intrigued me. So I went to go research. And I went to go research expecting to find that there was some sort of technology that somebody was operating, but it wasn't like that. You feel me? It was non-human in the literature that I was studying.
Right.
So
how often do you come across information that either scares you or you wish you didn't know it?
Yeah, but I don't really sleep at night. You feel me? I discover new stuff all the time.
Yeah, actually.
You feel me? I discover new stuff all the time. Another reason why, you know, I never had children. You know, I shied away from like having a bunch of relationships because, you know, womanizing is a wealthy man's sport, right?
Right.
And
you respect it?
Do I respect it?
Yeah.
Well, you know, as long as your hobby isn't oppressing somebody else, I'm cool with it. That's really what it be for people. You know what I'm saying?
So what do you think is the thing about men with wealth and just having multiple women or never being satisfied with the women that they have?
Well, if you study history, every ruler, every king, every man in power always had a harem. If you study history, every dictator, ruler, king always had a harem.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, that's just historical.
Right.
So like, I don't really even, you know, I just wanted to make sure I didn't have those type of traits and weaknesses, you feel me?
Right.
Because, you know, I didn't want to be put in certain categories or go through some of the things I seen guys like that go through.
Right.
So that's really what it be.
That's what's up.
Man, bro, you done gave us more information than we know what to do with today, brother. We're going to have to sit down and dissect this so the next time we talk, we can actually have some, because, you know, I want to get into that flat earth, but...
We can solve that right now.
Okay.
If you take a telescope and look into the sky, every planet and star you see is round.
Yeah, for sure.
If the earth was flat, when you see a rainbow, it would just go straight across.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be in an arc.
It wouldn't be a spear.
Nobody ever broke it out like that. Yeah.
And if you study longitudinal lines eventually curve off, but they don't stay straight.
Yeah, no, bro, there's several dudes who explain it just like that. Nobody just cares. Nobody cares.
So what people don't know is, right, when I was like in 5th grade, I took an IQ test, and then they made me take it again. And then...
That's disrespectful, bro.
And then the FBI came to my school, and then in 5th grade, I ended up getting taken out that school, and I ended up taking college courses at Lewis University in 5th grade. So my IQ test, my score was 172.
Yeah.
And they thought the school faked it at first.
Right.
So we would take it again, and my second was like 170, something like that.
Oh, nigga, you need to be put. So do you ever just feel like? And I know I just gotta ask this question. When they put you in this box of, yes, you're a street nigga, we get that, right? But nigga, you got a whole other side you can tap into. Do you ever feel like, damn, people just keep putting me in this one little box where, nigga, I got this much, bro? You got some of the most, out of a lot of the people that came over here, you got some shit to talk about.
Thank you.
Or do you feel like that because they know that you have this knowledge, they made a box for you.
And do you feel like because you're smart, you was able to outsmart a lot of these street niggas?
Right. I'm glad you said that. So what I realized was I put myself in that street nigga box.
Yeah.
Because what I learned is, I'll repeat this part. So what I learned is, so basically I put myself in the street nigga box. Because one, I knew my dad didn't like it and I hated him.
Right.
And then I realized that because I got this color skin, I'm large in stature, people would treat me weird because of that. And I realized that throughout history, whenever black men came to the forefront with their crusade or showed any part of superiority in this country, they got massacred. Mm-hmm. From Huey P. Newton to Martin Luther King to Malcolm X, all of those great men got massacred in this country. And I would always see guys doing brilliant things, like even in the street. And like their need to have acknowledgement is what led to their downfall. So if you watch American Gangster with Frank Lucas, you know, nobody was on his heels until he showed up to that boxing match with that fur coat on.
Right.
So I just told myself, yeah, I'm not gonna be the guy in the fur coat. And to operate in the street is much less competition, you feel me? I won a spelling bee before, and when I won the spelling bee, I said, man, it's some very bright people from all over the country here. You know, I like going to the strip club, you feel me? I like having guns, you feel me? I like doing certain things.
Duality, brother.
So, you know, like, I'm gonna keep certain things in myself a secret. Because so people don't know, they can't hate on.
Amen. And with that being said, brother, we just want to thank you for coming to sit down with us again.
Yeah.
We definitely, like I said, we gotta. Me and Jeff gonna go.
We got a whole conspiracy podcast. I mean, the whole conspiracy pod. We got to do.
Yeah, we got because nigga, we got some shit.
Is it a conspiracy if there's facts? Because conspiring is a crime.
So I don't know.
With that being said, big homie CC, man, thank you for coming to sit down with us again. You are a real life street star.